Donald Trump just appointed 3 EPA leaders that have all worked to fight and roll back regulations on toxic chemicals. One of the appointments, Nancy Beck, worked for the EPA during the last Trump administration and led a large pushback against chemical regulation by writing rules to make it harder to track the health and cancer risk of PFAS forever chemicals. Beck also diminished proposed bans on toxic substances like asbestos and methylene chloride. Beck is a former executive at the American Chemistry Council, which is the chemical industry's major trade group, and most recently was the director of regulatory service at Hunton Andrews Kurth. The law firm specializes in advocating, advising, and defending coal, oil, gas, energy, and automotive companies against all key U.S. federal regulatory and law enforcement agencies that you see here on the screen. Beck was just named a senior advisor to the EPA's Office of Chemical Safety. The second appointment, Lynn Ann Devleka, also worked for the American Chemistry Council and worked for 3 decades at DuPont, the chemical giant most responsible for America's current PFAS forever chemical disaster. During her last EPA tenure in Trump's first administration, Devleka, quote, reportedly pushed employees to approve new chemicals based on less stringent assessments and retaliated against them if they raised concerns. The appointments of Beck and Devleka look to be confirmed without any approval from Congress, meaning we can't do anything about it. Even more concerning, David Fatuhi, Trump's new appointment for the second-in-command at the EPA, helped roll back climate regulation and water restrictions while working at the EPA during Trump's first administration. In October, lawyer David Fatuhi represented car companies and challenged the EPA's ban on the cancer-causing compound asbestos. Fatuhi also defended a paper company from lawsuits alleging PFAS contamination and a tire company from lawsuits alleging chemical runoff killing endangered salmon. On top of that, he led a group lawsuit against the EPA over their water standards for PCBs. David Fatuhi's appointment will require Senate approval, so it's important to contact your U.S. senators to let them know that you do not support him. I compiled a list of U.S. senators and what you can say on my website blog, which I linked in my bio for you. You can find by going to myhealthforward.com. These appointments are 3 more examples of regulatory capture in which the chemical industry has co-opted the regulator, the EPA.